Good morning. Um, Today is the 29th of October, 2022. The time is 5:29 a.m. What just came to me is that our air cooling and heating system is out. And it's been out pretty much all the week. Today is Saturday. We haven't had any air all this week. But this, whatever this energy is, this heated energy, has been entering my body all night long. I have been moving all night. Right now, as I sit, I'm feeling this rumble up under me. Um, I've moved. I don't know how many times I've moved, but that energy is coming up under me, and I'm steady gaining this weight. Someone is steady attacking me with this heated energy, sending it. My stomach is just swollen right now because they've been sending this stuff in my belly all night long. All night long. Right now, I am burning in my private area because someone has been sending this stuff and controlling this energy. Yet we don't have no air. We have no air, and we've called the real estate agency, and no one has been come here to fix the air conditioner. But yet, this energy is still coming up through the floor, entering my body. I'm steady gaining this weight. So every night, every single night, and even through the day, it's just slightly coming up through the day. But I can still feel it. But at nighttime, when I'm trying to sleep, it's steady coming up, and I am in pain in the bottom of my stomach. And I know that whoever doing this is of the law. How can they keep locking people up for breaking the law when you got cops breaking the law, doing this to people, torturing people, sending this air in people's body, but yet they steady locking people up. They need to start locking up the police. Now that's who need to be locked up. That's really who need to be locked up. I've never been this way in all my life. I've never ever, not even pregnant, have I weighed like this much. And after I have my baby, I will go back down to a small size. I can't even do that now. Because I don't know what this is they're putting in my body that got me just gaining all this weight. But God do. And I'm praying and asking God to make these people reap what they sow. To bring wrath upon every single person that's involved in this gang stalking. My stomach is just shaking right now. All the doctors who are implanting people, every single person that's involved in gang stalking, I'm praying every day and asking God to let his wrath come on these people. Every single one of them. even the one that's just walking, because you know better. You know this is criminal act. The ones who follow people in the stores, this is criminal act. They all need to pay for what they're doing to people. When you can't even go to the grocery store and shop without somebody following you around, taking your picture. And I'm praying, asking God every single day, Lord Heavenly Father, I'm asking you, and I'm pleading with you, Lord God, to let your wrath come on all these people that is attacking us with this technology, that is using this heated energy to go inside our bodies, knowing this stuff is not made for our bodies. But yet these reptilians, because that's who I think is involved in this evil. That's who doing this. People that's not even human. And you got humans helping them. I looked at a video, and this guy, I had been seeing this guy, one of the guys that I watched when I first started searching. And I came across him yesterday rather. And he was talking about the reptilians. But there was some people that actually they was like, these are people that I guess they like part of research and stuff like that. There were two different men. And now that fan just cut it. They trying to keep, I'm getting ready to cut it off. These people, these are pure devils. Because they got where they can control the stuff in your house. They really trying to hack my brain. That's why they be cutting off my CD. They cut it completely off. When I wake up, it's off, but I'm hearing that sound in my head because while the CD off, they can get to my brain. They really trying to hack my brain. But anyway, back to the videos. This guy was saying, I wrote it down. Let me get my book. And the way they talk, they've been here a long time. Like I've been saying it. These things here was here when I was a child. That's why they was making those movies way back then. I hope I can find it. I know I wrote it down, but where it in this book? This is kind of like a new book. I probably won't even be able to find it. What's this? Okay, I do have. I don't know that 1833. That might be the year. I don't know. I just got 1833. But it said they live underground. And so the humans made a deal with these things. But see, they're not out on the ground. Because they in high places. And they been here so long to now they living amongst us. And they been here thousands of years. And they eat children. This is where our children get missing. Because that's the agreement that our government made with these things. That if they stay underground, they will feed them. But see, the thing is, they not up on the ground. They living amongst us, looking like us. But every once in a while, they changes because you can see their eyes. Like I said, these people on TV, you can see the slit. Their eye, they don't have a round pupil like we do. They pupil, it look round, but it'll change. That's why the cameraman puts it right on their eyes. Very famous people on TV are reptilians, and it said say three. But I got that. Okay, there must be 31,712 children. This is how many children per year that these people eat. They eat children. I guess they'll eat whoever, but they prefer children. And it's very rich people, the elite. That's why what we're going through now is because of things that's not of this earth. They say they kill and drink blood. I didn't even look at the whole video. I started doing something else. This is what they were saying when it first came on. But I didn't look at the whole video. Because I started doing something. I can't remember what it was. But I've been saying it. I know I've been seeing flying saucer kids. People trying to, and the people that's trying to correct me, I'm wondering, are they TIs? I'm really tired of people trying to correct me, telling me what I seen. I know what I saw, and they're not no drones. And according to Prophetess Celestial, these things are going to come up out. They're already out from the ground. They're some of the people who are attacking us. And I kind of wonder, are they switching places with us? Because I'm aging. My sister aged. They taking our places. Now this is what I believe. I don't have no proof of this, but this is what I believe is happening. Because that old man over there, he lost a lot of weight, and I've gained a lot of weight. He's out walking the younger people that's out there walking. And my sister stopped walking. My body steady vibrating. I think they taking through the vibration. They switching their life through our life. Now this is what I believe. And I believed this before. That's why these people doing all this. I couldn't figure out why are they doing all this patrolling. Because they can't stop me from doing nothing inside the house. They can't, they can't stop nothing. And then they're already seeing you got the, what you call the it start with an F. Those places look like a warehouse that they got computers going all the way around. They watching us in our home. So they don't need nobody patrolling. This is some type of witchcraft crap that these people are doing. Where I think they switching places with us, our energies and our frequencies. That's why that old man, he started walking twice a day. During the morning and at night. And for the last couple of days, about 3 or 4 days, I haven't seen him walking at all. They started blowing me up. I look like look at me. I've never been this big in all my life. Not ever. And they go to the community watch meetings and just tell a bunch of lies. Saying we terrorists and we this and we that. And nothing but lies. How you gonna be able to be a terrorist and do what? What you terrorizing? I don't even know how to shoot a gun. I don't know how to make no bomb. I don't know how to do nothing that cause terror. Unless you want me to hit you with my bat. There's nothing about me that'll terrorize anything. I've never terrorized nothing. They are the one who terrorizes them. Just like yesterday, two boys, and they probably them boys that be over there in that vacant house, supposed to be vacant anyway. They had the nerve to come to the back of the fence and over there throwing sticks over here at the dogs. And they had been out there a good while before I knew they was out there. And I had to go over there out there and tell them to leave these dogs go. You go. You don't be throwing sticks in people's yard. What the heck wrong with y'all? What kind of who raised you? Just throwing sticks. Had the dogs all up because they don't know these people. And don't want them to know them for them to sneak over here. No, you keep your butt out from the fence. That's what y'all do. Stop coming up to that fence. Because I'm putting you on video. Every time when I'm at that fence, they're going to be videoed and put on blast. I haven't did it yet, but I am. I'm gotten behind again because it takes a lot of time to go through that timeline and try to pick up everything. And by that time, I'm tired. Because they draining my energy. And I do believe they taking our life. Because that old man, there's no way that old man could walk like he walked. That's not him no more. I don't believe. They done took him. Because I'm telling you, the God honest truth, I ain't going to sit and tell a lie. When that man first started walking, he just couldn't make it back home. When he got up on them steps, he put a stop and bent over. I'm standing at the window looking at him. He bent over. I guess he had to catch his breath. And then he walked up on the porch. Cause I caught an attitude. Because I know what he was doing. Because those men went over there with them big trucks. Actually, only one went to his house, the one with the white truck. The other two was parked in front of IU. That's why I know this was somebody that is in the law. Because of their personality, the way they was acting. How they try to intimidate me. I'm in the house. They trying to intimidate me. I'm in the house. Because when I first, I've taken out the trash. This is no lie. How they know I was out there outside, I don't know. Oh, through my eyes. That's why my eyes be looking foolish. Because they got this mess in my eyes. But as soon as I went outside and got down on the ground, I heard them trucks crank up. And so I didn't know they were coming down here though. I just heard them. And so when I got the trash dumpster and went round to the front, by that time they were flying down here. They come down this street flying. And it kind of scared me because they were so loud and they were coming so fast. And the white was in the front and it went over there to that. And then the other ones turned around and parked in front of the house. I got it on video. Came in the house, got my phone because the camera wasn't up then. I got my phone and I set it up in the window and videoed. And I went on my Google Cloud. All those videos that I had on Google Cloud are all gone. All of them. And they just did that. They just did that. Don't even put your videos on Google Cloud because you'll lose them all. They took down every single one of them because there was evidence on there. There was evidence that these things up in the sky. Because every time I would video something and it would be on my computer, it would go to my cloud. But all of that gone now. Then somebody deleted off my other computer, the one that they tore up. There was a lot of evidence on that too. And that's what they deleted with all the evidence was. You can see that Smith man. You can actually see him coming like he was running, coming out the side door and running behind their house. And you start seeing the little white balls coming across the fence. You will see me out there too, carrying a fence. Not a fence. The ladder. One of those heavy duty ladders. I'm carrying it and he's shooting at me. Even if I just go outside to put out trash, just me going there to bite your people, like he can control our yard. These people are sick in the head. They are real sick because their life depends on us, so they can continue looking human. Because they're taking the humans and taking their places. I believe that everything in me, when they first start out, they be human. They keep going to these meetings, and then they dead. That's what I believe. They're not the same people no more. And if they're the same people, they become so demonic. Because the more and more that they are in this program, the demons enter. And the more demonic they get the murdering demons. Because that's what these people are doing. And there's no way that people that ain't never committed no crimes or nothing is just going to do this here, knowing that they're destroying somebody else's life. That man over there across that white van, it's just like he have no conscience about what he's doing. And he out there all the time doing stuff against us. He come by his house with them lights and just be out there shining. Pretending he's looking for something. He look for nothing. He wants to shine them lights over here. You got people be all behind us talking with them lights shining over here. We don't bother nobody. Nobody had ever come and introduced themselves or either welcome us in this house. In the neighborhood. Tell you the truth, this is the third house that we've been in the last 7 years. Not one person has come and welcomed us in any neighborhood. Soon as we move, they start attacking because the sheriff department is paying these people to do this crap. And the city cops. City cops is involved in it too. Lawyers and judges, because these are the people who are of the Antichrist. And that's who Jesus gonna be fighting when he come back at the Armageddon. I don't think he gonna be fighting humans. I think he gonna be fighting reptilians who looking like humans, who have taken taking shapeshifters. And they just steady blowing me up, got the bottom of my stomach just sore. I think they're attacking my kidney. They be from one side of my body to the other side attacking me. Because they want to take over this earth. And they've been here a long time. They've been here a very long time. Probably before I was born. My eyes are just burning. I'm getting where my eyesight's getting worse and worse and worse. So it just itches. Just itches. Because of the atmosphere in here and the dust that be in here. Because it's coming out from under the ground. That's why there's so much dust. I just cleaned that right there. And I could see dust right back on it. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing be so dusty. Because it's coming out from under the ground. This stuff that they're sending up through the they got this whole ground with stuff coming out from under the, and this stuff will come through up through the woods. And that's why my eyes burning so, cause this stuff is coming up. But we don't have no air. The air, and my daughter called them some days ago. They ain't got here yet. But yet this energy is working. Whatever this energy is hooked to, it's working. I heard the air conditioner when it went out, but I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. Cause see me, I really don't care for a whole lot of air, no way. But still, the air conditioner shouldn't be broke. I don't know if somebody did it, if somebody broke it, or it broke by itself. You can't, these days and time, you don't know what's going on, what's what. Before we ever moved from Lumberton, I had a $580 light bill for 1 month. 1 month. And my landlord, I just wanted somebody to break that system. Because he tried to make like it was the city doing it. And I kept calling to his son came and worked on the system. And his son told me that there was something broke off of the system. He even talked junk about his own daddy. He said he becoming a slum lord, a slum lord, because people always bragged on how good a landlord he was, but then he got where he just was messy. I don't know what happened to him. Well, he was driving and I think he fell asleep or something. How he had diabetes. Something happened and he wrecked the car and his girlfriend was in it and she died. So I don't know if that was started messing with his mind and he got where he didn't care about, the tenants. Because this one lady, she came to the house. She stayed in front of me when I first moved, I was living in another apartment and people were so bad, making so much noise and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So he moved me to another apartment. And they sent word down into the little gay boy that was supposed to be a preacher to do the same thing. Cause I actually heard the boy when he came and told him. She had this little crazy dude to come tell the boy beside me what to do, and he did it. But I didn't know it was gang stalking. I didn't know that, this was a program. I thought she was just being mean. But they were getting paid to do this stuff. Because he told me, he said, well, I'll let you move. And he said, you won't have no problem with these people. Yes, I did. Just as much problem I had with the other person, I had with these people. Or the gay dude. Had all them boys in there having sex. That's when I moved up this way. And see, I didn't even know what I was going through until I moved up here. Because these people, they didn't even care that I knew that they was attacking. I come outside, they come outside. Looking up at the sky, talking about my personal business. Now, I don't know these people. What is wrong with these people? But what they were doing, getting texts on their cell phones. They just reading it off, making it look like they reading my cashier. They call it the cashier record. Something that Satan is keeping. See, that's why people got their third eye open, because they're only seeing what Satan want them to see. They can't see the good. They're only going to see the bad, because those are demons. They're looking through the eyes of demons. The Holy Ghost can see your good and your bad, because he want to change your bad into the good, to where the Heavenly Father wants you to be. He don't want you to stay in that bad place. And even and if you have repented, he see that you have repented. But the people that walk around here with their third eye open, they can't see that you repented. They're only going to see your bad. And the reason why they can see my bad, because something that a preacher did to me. That's why you have to be careful who you go up there and lay hands on you, because these people are not all good. Even though they preaching Jesus, they're not all good. And they are not all functioning by the way of the Holy Ghost. They're doing demonic stuff right in the church. Just like this stuff coming up through this floor. This is pure demonic. Pure demonic. And whoever is behind, whoever is causing this stuff to come up, you're going to reap what you sow. I'm going to keep saying that. You will reap what you sow. Y'all might can hide and put them little suits on or shape shift, but you can't do it with God. God see you for who you are. And He gonna have we're gonna be able to see you too. You're not gonna be able to keep hiding. He gonna give us the eyes to see you for who you are. And your monsters. I seen this. She's real pretty girl, real pretty. She be on the news. I kept seeing her eyes changing, and she was trying not to panic, get that eye right. But more and more people. That's why they be on there telling all these lies and don't be telling the truth. And the important thing that they could talk about, they don't talk about it. Especially when it comes down to racism. All these black women that's missing. You don't hear them talking about that. Thousands. Because they're taking the organs. They're probably killing them too and taking their organs and selling the organs to the black market. I really believe they did something to my son. Because they wouldn't even let me see him. The chief of police sent me to the hospital to identify my son. I never did get a chance to even see him until he was in the casket. The day of his wake is when I saw my son. They had already did an autopsy on him. Nobody talked to me about doing an autopsy. They had dressed him in the clothes that I had gave to the funeral home people. He was in the casket for his wake when I saw my son. I never did get a chance to identify him. Now my niece, she didn't identify my sister. They found her dead. That she couldn't even bury her mama or either cremate her or do anything because she didn't identify her. Here I am having a pure funeral. A pure natural born funeral. And I never got a chance to identify my son. They talking about his uncle. But his uncle not his parent. I'm his parent. His uncle ain't got no business identifying nothing. I was there. I should have been able to identify my son. I didn't even get a chance to even go near him. They held me back. I'm looking at my son from a distance, laying face down on the ground. They didn't even turn him over to try to revive him. He was still alive. And I can get nobody. He died in 2007. It's 2022. I haven't been able to get nobody, not one person, to help me. Nobody, family or nobody else, to try to help me. I tried to get a lawyer. I could get nobody to help me. Even that man that from Magnolia, Georgia, that be on TV all the time. I called his office. Couldn't get no help. Because my son would still be alive if the police had did their job. When you got men pulling guns out on my son, and the police watched it. He watched the fight, just like everybody that was around there watching the fight. He watched it too. He watched them pulling guns out on my son and did nothing. And then when all the police, they said police came from everywhere. They pulling the gun out on my son. When he not the one that started the fight. They weren't even his fight. It was a whole totally different person who was doing the fighting. This boy was fighting this guy because of his wife, a cheating wife. They had nothing to do with my son. That's how the whole thing started. Two men fighting over a woman. This one guy caught my son's cousin's wife and was picking on him. And he got his behind whooped. So he go get his friends, his mama, all of them, and run this boy back through town. He saw my son. First he went to the police station. They said the police rolled the window up, locked the door. Didn't do nothing. What the heck you doing? I could do that. I could be a police. If that's the case, when you ain't gonna do nothing. So he saw my son walking with his 2-year-old little girl. She on his shoulder. He's standing there talking to my son. The boy he had been, the cousin had been fighting, walked up and hit my son in his face while he got his baby on his shoulder. Now what kind of coward is that? got his behind whooped, and then he go call his daddy, and the daddy and the brother and all them come, and they pulling guns out on my son. And they kept messing with my son, kept messing with my son until they killed him. The same chief of police that put my name on this blackball list. And I believe he's behind all this stuff happening to me now. I do believe this same chief of police is behind the gang stalking that's going on with me, where these people is attacking me with whatever this energy is that's coming out from under this ground, that's burning me on the inside of my stomach, pure hot heat, where I can't even sleep at night. I'm having to move and move and keep moving and keep moving because this stuff going in my vagina, in my rectum, going up in my stomach, all the way up to my head, just swelling me up. My face just puffed up. So somebody know who's behind this. Somebody know who's sending this energy and all that that dark line that my cameras are picking up. They're going all the way down that street. This coming through the city. This is some city stuff. Now at the other house, I saw what going. I saw them do what they did. I got it on video too, and it's not at the clouds. I got it on my camera, on my videos, and you can see the people out there working on the fence. Him and some other men. And they got it connected to the underground system. Now, by the time we moved in this house, they had already hooked up everything. They had done did everything and see, they didn't have all them hoses running up under the other house. They did that from the fence and hooked it up to the underground system that's behind the fence, because the underground system is next door where the Jehovah Witness was staying. The Jehovah Witness is a part of this gang stalking too. They in it big time. And not just the Jehovah Witness, Christian churches also. But I didn't even come on here to talk about all this stuff. I'm coming to let it be known that our air conditioning and our heating system is broke. But this heat stuff is coming out from under the floor. I don't care where I move to, it moves there too. My stomach is just swollen right now. My hand on my stomach right there. Someone is doing this, and someone is not in it. I still do that food truck, even though I don't hear the food truck. I think it still got something to do with it. Cause tonight, that food truck was there all day. I didn't even see it move, but I could, on my security system, I could see it shining its lights over here. So I walked to the door, and there was a big round light. I think it was coming from the mirror, and it was still sitting there, but it was shining some kind of light on us. But in the security system, I could see like the back of it, the lit up. But it was there all day. These people use a light. I've been saying that for about a couple of years now, that they're using light to attack. And how I knew that because of the people, that house that we had where we were living, they kept doing stuff with them lights. And every time it would do it, I would start feeling stuff in my body, just like now I'm pure burning in my stomach. And they can turn it from white to red. And when they turn, you use them red lights, you can feel that energy even more. And I saw a malfunction. That's really what made me realize this is something else going on. But what it was doing, it was imitating the sun. They had little tiny holes in them cars, and the light would go all the way around. It would start on the right side and work its way around to the left, because the sun would start on this side, and by the time in the evening, it's behind us. In the morning, it's in the front, and then it work its way all the way around. But they want the real sun. They using the real sun to create a fake sun, because that was a a weapon to keep your body energized. Even in the inside the house, this stuff will do that. This energy will keep you energized, because it was burning our skin. It won't burn it to the point where I would get blisters, but it was burning to the point where I would be rubbing, and it was melting, causing the shingles on the house to melt or do something, because you can smell it inside the house. And so those car lights would do the same thing as that fake sun would do. They had it programmed to that fake sun. And then late in the evening, when it's in the back of us, at a certain time, about 5:30, something like that, the cars, the gang stalking patrollers, they would just start coming. Just kept, one come this way, one come that way, and they just start meeting. In that reflection, they had a red car, because they were working on that house, and that guy he had a little small, like a sports car. And he would go to the trunk first, and then he would go to the passenger side of the car, and he would do something. That's why you see something like a light coming up in the window, until it just looked like it's bursting out of the window, and them cars would just start coming, meeting each other, just driving fast, and it was like this, that light would be bouncing, doing like, like it looked like that's the way it looked, because of the way the cars were going, like it was bouncing off the cars. And these people is really crazy. I mean, these people are psychopaths, murdering terrorists. That's who they are. Then they got us on a blackball list. We don't even bother nobody. And all the all the targeted individuals that I have come across, these people are good people. They don't bother nobody, because if they bother people, you better believe they'd be whoop somebody behind. Because if they were bad people, they'd be done hurt some of these dang on gang stalkers following them around. They can't even go in the grocery store, can't even go work, because you got people coming around messing with them. They got one dude they did lock up over lies, because I used to watch his videos. Everywhere he would go park his van, here come the gang stalkers. They bothering him. And because the police are no good reptilians, they lock him up. I looked at many of his videos. And all the people that had been messing with him, if he was a violent person, he would have been done did something. I'm not a violent person, but you get fed up, you be wanting to whoop somebody, because they need to leave you alone. Like them boys out there yesterday throwing sticks out there. And how the heck you gonna just start throwing sticks in somebody else's yard? We have to pay to keep that yard clean. What kind of manners do y'all have? Who raised you? They just was standing. You know what? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna video that by itself, like I did that man stealing over there. I'm gonna do that by itself and set that video out. You know what I'm gonna do? When I get through off this video right here, I'm going and I'm gonna video that. Cause they was out there a good while before I even knew they was out there. And then I could see that I done gained some more weight from the day before. Why they making me gain all this weight, I don't know. I sure hope they don't plan to eat me. I surely do. So what's the point of making a person gain weight? Putting this heat cooking me on the inside. I reckon they making sure I don't be raw. Halloween is coming up real soon. But if I have to just completely stop eating, I will. I done did it before. I will. Cause this is really hurting my stomach. Probably hurting my guts, my intestines. When I first sat down, I could just feel that energy rumbling. Something just bit me. I don't feel it now though. But I'm still hurting. I'm still in pain. That I'm gonna do a video with them boys. I sure am. I don't know what they telling these people. We got a new UPS man. Oh Lord, but I don't know if he just be rushing or what. But yeah, like he's scared. The last time I seen the old USP man, UPS man, God knows, the UPS man, he came here late at night. Well, it wasn't real late, but it was late compared to how he come. It was dark. He out there with that flashlight. I knew when I saw him with that flashlight, they did not know regular flashlight. Just like the police. I meant to we do that police thing too. I don't know if I could find that video because it didn't have no sound. Now I finally got the sound back. I said I was gonna get myself. This is a new computer. I'm on the computer now that they have no sound. But it's sad to you can't trust nobody. You don't know who or what you looking at. You don't know if they're human or something else. They can make up any kind of story and put it out there. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know. Just like these people keep saying that the reptilians have been mating with humans. And so now you have people out here that don't even know they're part of this reptilian thing. Because they're part reptilian and part human. They saying the elite, because we don't know who the elite is. Why we don't know that? You know, why we don't know who these people are? Why we have a what they call that government, shadow government. Why do we have a shadow government that we don't know who they are? Who's all in the shadow government? What's the name and all this type of stuff? They the one that's running everything. They the one that's doing all the criminal stuff. How is it they got so much power? That they can break the law. They supposed to be they will create the law and break it. But they steady locking other people up for crimes that's way less. That's way less than the crime that they doing, because they destroying life. But yet, if people become drug dealers, they'll get more time than somebody that murdered somebody, especially if they're black. I'm just gonna tell the truth, and people might want to not listen to me, but I'm gonna tell the truth regardless. Cause like I said, I'm not trying to make no money off of YouTube. And we know that when they created the Constitution, it wasn't for black folks. When they started signing papers, independence and all this stuff, it wasn't for us, justice and for all, it wasn't for us. Our black people being hung from trees, tied to a tree and whooped. How could anybody do somebody like that? Just tie them to a tree and just beat them and beat them till they pretty much almost dead. Who could have so much hatred in them? I mean, really. They keep showing that little boy, Timothy Till or something like that, because he made a comment to a white woman. And grown men beat this child. This was a child. And from what the story is saying, it won't nothing to get mad about. But because he was a black person saying something to a white lady, they beat that child like that. So he didn't even look like himself. There was this one man, I can't remember his name, but these men tied him to the back of their truck and drove off until his head came off. I mean, who could do something so evil? I mean, really? Who could do something so bad? And now today, you got black people doing this to other black people. Not just to other black people, but to their own children. Where you got mothers killing their own little children. You got these women want to be loved so much by a dang on no good piece of crap of a man that they got these men in their house going to work, leaving this man with their children for him to come back, the baby dead. I mean, not just dead, but abused. Little children. Because people are going mad because they open up to demons. Murdering demons. I mean, I just can't see how people can, what in the heck wrong with you if you got to beat a child so bad? 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old. There's a woman, young girl, she stab a 3-year-old child. What in the world could this child do so bad that a mother would stab her child to death? Because those who are in leadership positions or that evil. That evil just flowing down to the people because these people are not human. And they don't open up that CERN, messing around with that CERN, and that CERN got this black matter coming through it. Evil, pure, the purest of evil. You got the leaders in the church, sin, not just sin, but abomination. They committing abominations. Getting up there on that pulpit and spreading demons. It's just hard. It's just really hard to take in all this information. And then they want to cry their innocent. I ain't did this. Molesting little children. I look at Steve. Steve Wilco. I saw a show day before yesterday where this dude staying with his sister nice enough to get him someplace to stay. And then he in there messing with her children. What kind of mindset you got to mess with your own sister children? The hell these children mind messed up for the rest of their life. Because they're not going to forget that you touched them. Because when you touch them like that, spirits is entering through your touch. Because a child should know a sexual touch. That's something a child should never know. The touch of a sexual touch. And that nastiness that in that person is touching that child is going into that child, that spirit. And that's good the parent found out, because the parent don't find out, it's going to follow them. Them demons is going to follow them through life. I didn't even come on here for all of this. I reckon I need to get off because this is a long video. I didn't even come on here for all this. But like I said, when I get on video, because I keep stuff in so much, because I don't have nobody to really talk to, that when I get on video and I stuff start pouring out of me, then they just start pouring out, and I just let it loose. But I'm getting ready to get off of here now. God bless you.